Hey YouTube, this is Foo3112, and just like many of you, I also did attend this year's 2019 National Sports Card Convention, which was held in Chicago. It was my first time attending. I had a great time, and besides the show itself, just kind of meeting a lot of you guys, it was really neat to kind of see you guys after watching your videos for so many years. Quite a few guys I already knew, but I also did meet a bunch of other new guys, and I kind of wrote down a little list of the people that I did meet. I just kind of like say hi to them real quick. And if I did forget anybody, I do apologize. Okay, these are some of the guys that I did end up meeting with on Friday night at one of the hotel's bars. And I'll go down my list. So it's Blue Jacket 66, 4th and 9 Cards and Collectibles, Ron Fig, Jimmy Guns, Glenn GZ, Abel in Vegas, Eloy the Goat, Dime Wild, Snoop, the Sports Card Fam, Dave's Midlife Crisis, Tops 85 401, Baseball Card Collector, Silver Jackify, Rated Rookie. She blinded me with refractors, which I love that name by the way. Sconi's Tradition, Mike O, who else? Those Back Pages, Triple Crown 24, Big D for Life, Alico 3 also. So again, I mean, I'm sure there's guys that I missed, but those were the guys that at least I kind of interacted at one point or another. And it was just a good group of guys. I mean, just kind of hanging out, doing box breaks, live rips right there. Just kind of people sharing stories, buying drinks for each other. So that was just really neat in itself. I kind of knew the community was big. I just didn't expect that. So that was very cool. Aside from that, again, my first time attending the National. This year I went with my spouse, and we went there with 2 cards in mind, and it's cards that we've already already thought of for quite some time. And I've kind of noticed that some of you guys on YouTube have also picked up one of these cards, and it's really just an amazing card. It's a card that really needs no introduction, so I'll go ahead and show it to you. And that is the 52 Topps Mickey Mantle, and this is in the grade of a 6. So this card, I did bring it to one of the I think it was like Friday night at the hotel's bar, and a lot of you guys actually ended up taking photos with it and seeing it for yourself in person. Now this card, initially I knew that I did want a 6, and I did find one more at the National. However, it wasn't as nice as the one I'm holding, so fortunately I came across one more. The other one, the left to right, was not that good, and also the centering, it didn't have that eye appeal, and the color didn't pop as much as this one. So I kind of felt the other one was more like your basic 6, where this one kind of leans more towards maybe a 6.5. But just a beautiful, iconic card, something that I never dreamed of owning. I still look at it and I'm just kind of like in awe myself. But just a great card. Okay, so that was my pickup. And then for my wife, the one that she went there for was the 86 Fleer Jordan. Okay, and this is a Gem Mint 10. Okay, and yeah, I mean, we did go there with these in mind because I mean, we kind of do want to invest. We have other plans for the future, and I believe that investing in baseball cards or high-end sports cards will kind of get us a lot closer there. So she saved up her pennies and purchased this one. Okay, now for the 52 Mantle, of course, that one is quite a bit more expensive, and I'm sure that I know people are asking me in person, how did I afford this, what I do for a living, such and such, but I don't want to say exactly what I paid for this on this video, but I will say how I did end up with this card. Okay, so I bought a home in 2010, and I bought it for a really good price when the market was low, and fortunately over time the housing market shot right back up, and I ended up selling my house earlier this year because I moved in with my fiance, which we just got married recently, so I didn't need my house anymore. So what happened was, because I bought the house for so low, I built up a lot of equity. So when I sold it, I went ahead and paid the bank off, and like I said, I had a bunch of equity left over, and immediately I knew what I wanted to do with those funds, and that was to go to this year's National and purchase a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, which is a very iconic card. And I told her, you know, if I'm going to do this, then, you know, you might want to invest in something too. And so she went ahead and she saved up, and she also was able to purchase this 86 Fleer Jordan, which is a great looking card. We got it for a great price, and we went there with cash, which is kind of a little scary. I thought TSA was going to have an issue, but we just put our bags right on the belt, kind of went through and just kind of kept going our own way. So the thing about the National, yes, cash is king. I mean, if you go there, you're going to get the best deal possible. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea about this card real quick, the other 6 that I saw, they wanted, I think, $14,000 less than this one. Again, I'm not going to go into the price of what I paid for this one, but they wanted $14,000 less, which should kind of tell you, you know, if I paid $14,000 more for this copy, it's for a reason. And again, I mean, the colors just pop out on this. The corners are a lot nicer. They're not your typical worn down corners that you typically see on a, you know, like the 5 or 6s. This is leaning more towards the 6.5 side, I thought. So, and I've owned quite a few cards, but owning a card like this, I mean, it's something that I never dreamed of, you know. I mean, owning a card like this feels a lot different than owning anything else I've owned. So it's just amazing to own this, to not owe anything on it, which is even crazier. You know, and I always tell you guys, you know, collect, you know, or buy what you can afford. You know, don't go into a hole, because then if you use like your 401k or I don't know, whatever, credit cards, and yeah, it's exciting to get the card at first, but you don't want to do it to yourself. You know, this hobby should be fun, and when you have payments to make, you know, especially if you were to purchase, you know, one of these 2 cards, that those payments could last years and years, because you don't know the outcome of the future. You know, sure, maybe you might be able to make those payments now, but maybe in 2 years, you know, something might happen, and now you need that extra money, you know, that extra income. So, you know, just be smart about this stuff, you know. Think about yourself, you know, just be realistic, be honest with yourself, and, you know, and kind of stick to your budget. But I'm going to tell you right now that with these cards, I don't know, well, again, this one's my wife's and this one's mine, but yeah, you're never gonna see any of my videos with this kind of a card of this magnitude against this. It's not gonna happen. I wish it did, but it's not, you know. So I don't know where to go from this, you know. I don't know what to show you next. I have no idea. You know, not that I'm not ever gonna get anything, but I just don't know. You know, I can't top this, and that's it. So. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the friendships that I did make. I really appreciate those people also reaching out to me and you know, subbing my channel on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and please leave them. You know, I'll be more than happy to answer for you guys. And I hope to make it back to next year's National, which is going to be held in Atlantic City, which is in Jersey, for 2020. And I hope to see most of you, and if not all of you, there next year. And if you haven't been to one, definitely try to make it happen, because it is definitely worth the experience. You know, just kind of going there and seeing a room full of card collectors. And again, I mean, we're all brought together by one common ground, and that's our love of collecting cards. And it's something that a lot of people really can't relate to or don't expect. And, you know, I mean, my friends certainly don't understand it, but, you know, you guys get it. And that's really cool. So anyways, guys, once again, thank you for watching. I hope everyone's having a great day. And if you're not subscribing, please subscribe. Thank you.